Hey guys, Magnus here, bringing you yet another video. Now, I just wanted to kind of touch on this. It's not going to be a particularly detailed and long video, or at least I'm going to try and make it not too boring, because there isn't really loads they can really add for this. Now, of course, they always tend to do something or other. It tends to be something small, but for Easter. Now, last year what they did is they sort of combined both Easter and St. Patrick's Day. I kind of don't want them to do that. I mean, it's okay if they do. The problem with them doing it last year is they didn't do anything for Easter. It was very St. Patrick's Day based, and they just threw all like the old Easter stuff in, which I think is okay. It's not a terrible idea, but I just wish they would, you know, do it some separately, because they're not the same event and they've got nothing to do with each other, apart from maybe the Christian background to them both. So yeah. These are my predictions and ideas. I want to sort of first of all talk about what will likely happen. Now, this is what I think is probably going to happen. First of all, I think we might get some donuts. We tend to get something on the actual day of Easter. So on Easter Day, on Easter Sunday, we might get some donuts or something just to sort of celebrate it. I think the old items will probably return for a bit. I mean, I think that's quite kind of inevitable. They will probably just throw in all the old items for anyone who hasn't got them yet, so they can get them. They'll probably do the whole box thing they usually do, where there's like a box and you have to get them that way. Might get a few tasks. I mean, they might, like they do with New Year, where they had that task for Grandpa. They might do something like that with Homer or the kids to Easter hunt, to do the Easter egg hunt. Might get one decoration. I don't suppose we will, but we could get one decoration, like that one year where we got the Easter egg, we got the Easter Island head. And the potential thing was we might just get nothing. We might just get absolutely nothing. Now, I mean, I don't want them to do like a big fledged event for Easter every year, but I want them to at least acknowledge it every year, because I feel they did that one, like, I think it was 2014, was it 2013? 2014 or 2013, but I forget what year now. But they did like one big event, and it ruined it. It ruined Easter so much, because it was a terrible event for a starter. Plus, they pretty much anything they sort of crammed in things that weren't really Easter related at all. Like Hugs Bunny was probably the only Easter related character, and I guess the Egg Council guy as well. You could kind of argue he is sort of an Easter related character. I mean. And Sherry Bobbins, whatever the heck her name was, she's sort of, I guess, and Father Sean is kind of, the whole Christian theme, it kind of is relatable, but most of it was just stuff that really wasn't Easter related at all. But here I've got a few buildings, a few decorations, and a few characters. We'll do the characters first, but I've got a few characters here and a skin that I would like to see in the Easter update, and at least one of these guys would be really, really cool. So first of all is the rabbit. Now, this was in an episode where Bart basically gets a rabbit for Marge as a pet, and it's just so cute, and it is quite a central thing in the episode. It's not like it was just there for a little bit, so it could have tasks. It could just be non-playable. I really wouldn't mind. I mean, I am not a massive fan of giving animals tasks. I think for the most part, apart from like Santa's Little Helper and Snowball 2, I think all the other animals, and Stampy, and I guess maybe if they were to add Pinchy, but I think most animals that were just like the Vicious Monkeys, for example, that we got recently, I just think that they should have been non-playable characters. It's just really weird to give them tasks. But yeah, Marge's Rabbit, they could give it a task though, because it is kind of a central theme in the episode, I guess, but I mean, I wouldn't really care too much. So yeah, that's definitely one I want them to add. The other thing is an Easter Bunny Homer. This would be kind of cool. So this is a skin for Homer, of course. He's just in his Easter egg get up with his little basket. They could do some things with that. I mean, I think it would be a kind of cool costume to have. I'm not like a massive fan of giving Homer costumes, because of course he has loads, but I mean, if it was just that and they gave us nothing else, they just gave us that, I would still be happy, because they've given us something, you know. So if that's all they could do, then I'd be pretty much happy with just taking a costume for Homer. That would be cool. I wouldn't mind a little Homer bobbing around, catching Easter eggs. Now, one I think they definitely should add, and one I definitely want to see sometime in Easter, probably as a Gills deal, is the actual Easter Bunny itself, because appeared in she, I don't know, appeared in one episode, and it was kind of like a gag thing, and it's appeared a few other times in the background in other episodes, so it's not like a massive character that is a central theme. It was, of course, in like that little wedding scene they did where the leprechaun and the gypsy got married, and stuff like that. Just funny little gag things like that, and I just think it'd be cool just to add the Easter Bunny in. Why not? It's Easter, for Christ. For Christ's sake, why not give us the Easter Bunny? Like, I think they should give us Santa for Christmas. I definitely want to see Santa sometime along the line. I want to see Santa in the actual game. At Christmas, I also want to see the Easter Bunny at Easter. So that is a character that's probably the character I want to see the most in the game, is the Easter Bunny. They could give him tasks. Oh yeah, they have to give him tasks. And then the other option, and I know this is a bit weird, but go away. They could give us Jesus. Now, I know it's not really like it'd be a bit weird to give us Jesus, because of course Jesus is the main reason that Easter exists. It's the whole resurrection story. So I mean, there might be. I think when it comes to biblical figures, some people aren't overly happy when they get added, get involved. Because of course, I think the one problem that maybe a few people could find offensive, I think it's a valid offense, a valid reason, is possibly it feels like the sky finger, in other words, you, is controlling Jesus. So I think they should have to clarify that. But I mean, no. I mean, I think it would be alright if they throw him in there as well. I mean, I probably would more want to see the Easter Bunny, but Jesus would also be a potential to throw in for Easter. So yeah, because of course Jesus is the main reason that Easter exists, and the Easter Bunny is that fun little kids reason that Easter exists. So yeah. And then I've got some buildings and decorations. So these are the final thing. I don't want to make this. I know I've sort of dragged this video out a little bit. I feel like. So first of all, Mayor Quimby's mansion, but isn't Mayor Quimby's mansion already in the game? Now, actually, this is a really weird thing, and it's a weird thing, and I addressed this before Mayor Quimby's compound got added, because the one we've got at the minute in the game is actually Mayor Quimby's compound. It is a different building. He has two ones. He has his actual personal mansion, and I think the compound is like a political building, so it's like a building the mayor takes when he takes office, so a bit like the White House, I think. So I think I think the compound is his like political place, is where what the mayor has, and the mansion is his personal house. Now, in the episode where they did the whole Easter egg hunt, it takes place on his actual house and not his political, not the compound, which is the political building, I guess. I'm just gonna call it the political building because like the mini White House, Springfield's version of the White House, okay? And yeah, and it takes place on his mansion. So I mean, they could throw it in there. I think they should throw it in there because it makes sense in my opinion, because that's where the Easter egg hunt takes place with the whole Hugs Bunny thing. So I definitely want to see them throw it in there, just as like a building that we can, and then that with that building we can trigger the whole Easter egg hunt. And of course, it's given us another cool little mansion. I know it's going to be a bit weird, seeing as we've technically got two different buildings where Mayor Quimby stays. But I mean, come on, it makes sense to throw in the actual political building and the and the mansion, and of course the town hall as well. It's weird, actually. That's kind of weird. I guess it's a bit like the Capitol building, and I'm not too sure with America, but yeah, there's a Capitol building, isn't there, and stuff like that, and then of course there's the White House, and then there's Trump Towers, So yeah. And next thing is the Simpsons Easter eggs. This was in a couch gag, of course, but I think it could be cool if they gave us just a few like sort of large eggs of the Simpsons. I mean, I don't like it when I'm not a massive fan of when they break the fourth wall, but it would be kind of cool. And the other thing is, of course, the sign for the Easter egg hunt. So this is the sign that today's Mayor's Easter egg hunt. Beware of what is that? Bat poison? Rat poison. I can't. Is that rat or bat? I can't actually tell. But yeah, beware of the poison. They could just give us like the fence, or they could just kind of give us just this like orange. Sorry, not orange, purple sign with like a few posts just either side, and then they can throw that in with that. And then the final thing is the giant chocolate Easter bunny, which is where the one in church where they did the whole Bible stories. It was there for a bit, and it was just there melting, and it was a bit depressing. It was just sitting there melting. They could give us like a mini version, or they could give us a big version. I mean, I would be cool with either one, but I just think it'd be kind of cool just to get it. And then the final thing is just the Land of Chocolate. Now I know that they've done so far there's 2 buildings from the Land of Chocolate that have been added. Now the Land of Chocolate it's not like it's a very Easter theme. It's not like it's related to an Easter episode or anything. I just think it'd be cool because, of course, chocolate you tend to get Easter. You tend to get chocolate eggs. That tends to be the tradition. You give each other, you give your friends and family chocolate eggs. I think it kind of makes sense to tie it in with the Land of Chocolate. They've already tied it in with the winter event, and they've tied it in with Valentine's Day event because they've added the chocolate store, the Land of Chocolate store, whatever the heck it is, the chocolate shop. They gave us that on Christmas 2015, and they also gave us the Chocolate Chapel, which you can see here, just here. They gave us the Chocolate Chapel in Valentine's Day 2017, so I don't see why they can't give us a few more buildings, or maybe just one more building in 2017 where Easter. So there's a few things. Of course, there's the Land of Chocolate sign. I want to throw that in there. There's like these like pathways. They could possibly give us like a new tile. Is this like a pathway? I mean, they didn't have to. Or this pathway would be better actually. The Land of Chocolate pathway. I mean, it would be cool just to get like a little one, but I don't know. They have like all these different houses. Now that's the main thing really. They have these bunnies, these like kind of chocolate bunnies that are pulling around. There's also a chocolate dog here that like walks around. They could go as that as a non-playable, I guess, or just as a decoration. But I want them. The main thing I want to sort of focus on is these kind of houses. I want them to give us this house basically. And maybe multiple of them. I mean, just one actually. I mean, I'm not a massive fan when they gave us multiple. There's also these lampposts as well, which I kind of like, the chocolate lampposts. There's just loads of stuff here. Just look at all the pictures, guys. Just look at them all. I also want something where you can tap it, like maybe this house, or maybe something else, or maybe the sign. Like the sign, when you tap it, it rains. These are kind of like Maltesers, I guess, or these like chocolate balls. I like the donut animation when you click the boat. I want something like that. I don't know why. I just think that would be cool. But that's all the Land of Chocolate stuff, and that's all I came up with really. That's all I can really think of for Easter 2017. I mean, there is probably more stuff that they could do. They could they like with the big Easter event, when they did the big Easter event, they sort of took other stuff that wasn't exactly Easter related, but they made it Easter related, and I'm okay with it. I just think it was a bit of a disaster. But anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Please comment, rate, subscribe. Tell me your thoughts on what you want to see on Easter, and I shall see you next video. Goodbye.